This is WNBA Storylines, and you won't believe who dominated the UBL this week. Top plays and shocking upsets, trash talking all inside. If you missed this week's action in the Unrivaled Basketball League, you've got some catching up to do. From record-breaking performances to nail-biting finishes, the league delivered the kind of drama and excitement that has fans buzzing on social media. Let's break down the week's must-watch games and the stories dominating the league. Atlanta Monarchs 97, Phoenix Firebirds 84 on January 22nd. A'ja Wilson owns the court. The Atlanta Monarchs proved why they're the team to beat, cruising to a decisive victory over the Phoenix Firebirds. Once again, A'ja Wilson reminded us why she's in the MVP conversation, posting a commanding 28 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 blocks. She controlled the paint on both ends of the floor, leaving the Firebirds scrambling for answers. Phoenix leaned heavily on Brittany Griner, who delivered her usual brilliance with 22 points and 10 rebounds. But despite her strong showing, the Firebirds' three-point shooting abandoned them, hitting just 30% from deep. Atlanta capitalized on their defensive intensity and offensive balance, with Chelsea Gray dishing out 10 assists. The Monarchs moved to a league-best 12-3 record, cementing their dominance. Los Angeles Comets 89, Chicago Rebels 85 on January 22nd. Jewel Lloyd's dagger steals the show. When the lights are brightest, Jewel Lloyd shines the most. In a hard-fought battle, the Los Angeles Comets edged out the Chicago Rebels thanks to Lloyd's heroics in crunch time. With under a minute left and the game hanging in the balance, Lloyd drilled a clutch three-pointer, putting the game out of reach. She finished with a jaw-dropping 31 points, 6 assists, and 4 steals in a performance that had fans chanting MVP. The Rebels weren't going down without a fight, though. Courtney Vandersloot orchestrated Chicago's offense with precision, tallying 14 points and 12 assists. Despite her efforts, turnovers in the final minutes proved costly, and the Rebels fell just short. This game felt like a playoff preview, and if these teams meet again, expect sparks to fly. Houston Hustlers, 112, Miami Storm 108 in overtime. On January 23rd, Arike Ogunbowale makes history. History was made on Wednesday night, and Arike Ogunbowale was the headline. The Houston Hustlers superstar delivered a performance for the ages, scoring an incredible 50 points in an overtime thriller against the Miami Storm. Yes, you read that right, 50 points. This wasn't just a great game, it was a league record, and Arike did it with her trademark flair, hitting impossible shots and carrying her team to victory. Miami deserves credit for pushing the game into overtime, led by Betnijah Laney's stellar 27-point performance. The Storm's offense fired on all cylinders, but they had no answer for Ogunbowale, who poured in 15 points in overtime alone. Twitter erupted with reactions, and #Arike50 was trending worldwide by the end of the night. The hype around Azzi Fudd isn't just real, it's justified. The rookie sensation continued her meteoric rise with another stunning performance, scoring 29 points to lead the Dallas Royals past the New York Radiants. Fudd's ability to deliver in clutch moments is setting her apart. Late in the fourth quarter, with the game still up for grabs, she hit back-to-back threes that effectively sealed the win. The Radiants leaned on their star, Rhyne Howard, who contributed 19 points despite struggling with her shot, making only 7 of 21 field goals. New York also got a solid outing from their bench, but defensive lapses proved costly in key moments. Dallas, now surging in the standings, is becoming a team no one wants to face. Vegas Vortex 91, Washington Waves 79 on January 24th. Kelsey Plum heats up. Injured? Not a problem for Kelsey Plum. The Vegas Vortex guard, who had been dealing with a mild ankle sprain, returned to action in style, dropping 26 points and 8 assists in a commanding win over the Washington Waves. Plum controlled the tempo, slicing through defenders with her quickness and precision passing. Washington's Elena Del Don gave it her all, scoring 22 points, but the Waves couldn't keep up with Vegas in transition. The Vortex outscored Washington 20-8 on fast breaks, showcasing their speed and depth. Vegas looks like a team rounding into form just in time for the playoff push. Seattle Surge 88, Boston Guardians 84 on January 24th. Rhyne Howard leads the charge. The Seattle Surge clawed their way to a hard-fought win over the Boston Guardians in one of the closest games of the week. Rhyne Howard, battling through a nagging wrist injury, willed her team to victory with 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Though her shooting touch wasn't at its sharpest early on, Howard came alive in the second half, hitting clutch shots when her team needed them most. Boston's Satu Sabali led the Guardians with 21 points and 8 rebounds. But turnovers were the story of the night. The Guardians committed 15 turnovers, which led directly to 18 points for Seattle. In such a close game, Those mistakes made the difference, and Seattle walked away with a critical win. Social media is loving the UBL. If you've scrolled through Twitter or Instagram this week, you've seen the buzz surrounding these games. Arike Ogunbowale's 50-point explosion was the top story, with fans and players alike marveling at her performance. Fellow UBL star Aja Wilson tweeted, "50? Arike is not human," while fans flooded the timeline with memes, reactions, and comparisons to some of the greatest single-game performances in basketball history. Meanwhile, Jewel Lloyd's clutch gene and Azzi Fudd's rookie brilliance continue to dominate conversations. "Jewel is the queen of clutch," one fan tweeted, while another wrote, "Azzi Fudd is him, or should I say her." The UBL is not just delivering incredible basketball, it's creating viral moments week after week. With the season heating up and playoff races tightening, the excitement in the Unrivaled Basketball League is at an all-time high. Whether you're a die-hard fan or a newcomer, this league is proving why it's a must-watch. Who will steal the show next week? Stay tuned, this is only the beginning. Which game or performance stood out to you the most? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. This is WNBA Storylines. Unrivaled Basketball League, a week of standout performances and major storylines. If you're not already following the Unrivaled Basketball League, UBL, you're missing out on some of the most exciting basketball in the sport today. This league continues to showcase elite talent, high-stakes competition, and compelling narratives. From record-setting performances to ongoing league expansion talks, here's a closer look at some of the biggest stories this week we are talking about on the streets and YouTube. Arike Ogunbowale shines with historic scoring performance. This week, Arike Ogunbowale made history with an incredible 50-point game, setting the UBL single-game scoring record. Her performance was a masterclass in offensive execution, with Ogunbowale dominating from all areas of the court and stepping up in crunch time to secure a dramatic overtime victory for the Houston Hustlers. When asked in her post-game interview if anyone could guard her, Ogunbowale responded confidently saying, "Not a soul in this league can guard me right now. That's facts." Her self-assured statement reflects the confidence that drives her success and makes her one of the most dangerous scorers in basketball today. As the Hustlers push toward the playoffs, Ogunbowale's leadership and scoring ability will remain a key factor in their title hopes. Are you passionate about women's basketball? Do you want to stay updated on the latest player performances, breaking news, and behind-the-scenes stories from the WNBA and UBL? Look no further than the fastest-growing channel bringing you all the action, analysis, and excitement you crave. We break down the biggest games, spotlight the brightest stars, and dive into the key moments shaping women's basketball. Whether it's record-breaking performances like the MVP push-by or the league expansion buzz surrounding, we've got you covered. Watch in-depth recaps of games that matter. Learn more about the athletes dominating the court. Stay in the loop on everything happening across the league. Be part of the growing community discussing all things women's basketball. Don't miss your chance to be part of this movement. Hit that, turn on notifications, and join us on this journey as we celebrate the game we love. Join the conversation, be part of the story. Women's basketball is rising, and we're here to tell that story like never before. Let's grow this community together.